Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're watching an interesting video about Russian oil, India amid Iran war. So yeah, we all remember that America wanted India to stop buying Russian oil for a very long time, but now it seems like they already changed their minds. So guys, give me a thumbs up and let's watch.
The US is doing what it does best. It is trying to solve a problem that it created in the first place. America's war on Iran has created an energy crisis. Tehran has blocked off the Strait of Hormuz. This is a crucial waterway in West Asia. It carries nearly 20% of the global crude supply.
Iran is a very important country in terms of oil.
It's the preferred export route for the Persian Gulf states.
They have these pipes.
And if Hormuz is closed, what happens to the oil? Well, this was a big concern for India. We get nearly 40% of our crude through this waterway.
Wow.
And right now we have around 50 days worth of crude and fuel reserves. After that, we could face shortages. And guess who's trying to solve this? The Americans. The US Treasury Department has issued a 30-day waiver, 30 days. They say they're allowing Indian companies to buy Russian crude. Not new shipments, but shipments already at sea. Do you see how absurd this is? First of all, America and its allies reduced Russian oil purchases.
It is ridiculous.
Then they asked India to buy this oil instead. And then America decided to sanction Russian oil. They asked India to stop buying Moscow's crude. And now the same America wants us to make another U-turn, to resume buying Russian oil. This episode raises two questions. One, why is the US doing this? And two, what is the impact on India? The United States is basically spooked about energy disruptions. Washington may be energy independent, but the prices are still set in the international market, and the oil market works like any other market. Less supply equals higher prices.
So oil will grow in price right now.
Dozens
of
oil tankers are stuck in the Persian Gulf. Big refineries and oil facilities are under attack, so the oil prices are zooming. If the attacks continue, they could touch $100 per barrel. In that context, what would happen if no one bought the Russian crude?
We'll have inflation in all countries.
Chasing fewer oil supplies, and the result will be even higher oil prices. And that's something that the United States wants to avoid. They want India to snap up Russian crude supplies, and by extension, they want India to stabilize the global oil market.
It is understandable.
It's almost like a deja vu. This is exactly what India did after the Ukraine war broke out. Which brings us to the second question we are asking tonight. What does this mean for India? Well, supplies will be extremely important. Nobody knows how long the Strait of Hormuz will remain shut, so India had to look at more Russian supplies. Just to give you some context,
I also think so.
The Persian Gulf supplies sail through the Strait of Hormuz. The Russian supplies sail through the Suez Canal and the Red Sea. As of now, that second route, the Suez Canal and the Red Sea, has not been impacted. But as for prices, do not expect relief. In the Ukraine war, Russia was desperate to find sellers, so they sold crude to India on a discount. But now the equation has flipped.
It was
there
a price
is higher
cap.
demand, but not enough supplies, so the Russians are selling at a premium. Reports say around $4 to $5 above the usual price. That's what Russia is selling for.
I didn't know
Compare
about
that
it.
to February. In February, Russia was selling at a discount of $13 per barrel. So far, Indian refiners have bought around 20 million barrels of oil. They're expected to arrive later in March and early April. For Indian refiners, this is much needed clarity. Just think back to early February. The US and India announced a tariff agreement. Washington claimed that India would not buy Russian oil, but New Delhi never confirmed that. And this led to some confusion among Indian refiners, a confusion that has been lifted for at least 1 month. Now, just to be clear, this is not a resumption of Russian oil imports in India, not a resumption of imports, because India never stopped the imports in the first place. Let me show you the data for February. Russia remained India's largest crude supplier. We imported around 5 million barrels of oil per day. Out of this, 1.04 million came from Russia. So India was already importing significant amounts of Russian crude. Chances are those imports will now expand. Having said that, there is one important concern here, and that is the silence from New Delhi. The Indian government has not reacted to the US announcement. Some people are asking if India already imports Russian crude, why does it need a waiver at all? Why do refiners need permission from Washington? Well, that's the question. Yet to be answered.
That's strange. Yeah, guys, I think just our world is so much sick and mad right now. Everybody started to fight, and I'm tired of all these wars. I don't understand why people just can't live peacefully. And you know, they all just divide oil, gas, all these minerals, so we can live normally, but rich people just share world, share this dominance. So it feels a little bit sad, and also I was shocked to know that America and Israel just attacked Iran. It looked really very horrible. And of course, Russia can benefit from this war as oil prices will grow for sure. And before, I thought that Russian economy is going to die, honestly. We had a big inflation, other things like that. But now it seems like Russian currency will be quite stable and our economy will benefit from it. So I don't know. You know, this war can be beneficial for some countries and bad for another countries. Yeah, guys, tell me what you think about all this political situation in the world. Are we already in World War III, or what is going to happen? And see you in my next videos, guys. Bye bye.